Wilson Brothers Ranch.
Okay, so we've spent the month of June basically working every day, getting things done, what they say, all work and no play. Well, it's time to have a little fun. So the game plan was that my mother, Glenda, the boys' grandmother, were going to jump on a plane and fly to Montana and come hang out. So they did, landed in Billings, Montana. When picked them up, went out to the ranch, we hung out for a day or so, and then we had this idea to go to Yellowstone. So we drove over to Billings, Montana, and we rented RV, the RV rental place. We go to their place and we rent the biggest one they got. It's nice. Everything's plush in it. It's great. Everybody's got a room. So we all pile in this thing and off we go. We decided to go south to Cody, Wyoming. And the plan is to go through Yellowstone and pop out at the north entrance or exit, however you want to put it, out on the Montana side, the north exit. Okay, so we get through the gate. We're in Yellowstone. There's so many rivers in there, I couldn't tell you which river's which. Naturally the Yellowstone River flows through there, but there's about 500 other little rivers too, so who knows which one this is. Okay, so been driving for a little while, decided to jump out alongside the river and have a cigarette, as you can see. And then we came onto this lake. No wind, perfect skies. You couldn't tell where the water really started. I'm talking, the mountains were exactly the same height in the reflection of the water as they were in real life. It was just the most awesome thing to see with your own eyes. So it was just fantastic. These pictures are awesome, but they do it no justice. Standing there said it all. Okay, so then we drive some more and we come along. The first buffalo we see, so alongside Lake Mary something, I don't remember, it's been too long. You can see all the geothermal activity, all the heat rising. It's pretty neat to see. Again, more thermal activity. You can see some yellow spotting and kind of in the center of the picture to the right just a little bit. The yellow, that's the stain on the rocks made by the sulfur and leaves this yellow stain behind, hence the Yellowstone. Came along these buffalo and got kind of hungry, so we decided to shoot the two baby ones. No, I'm just kidding. They're just laying there taking a nap. So they do look delicious though. And here's another river, could be the Yellowstone or one of the other, God knows how many rivers that flow through Yellowstone National Park. But just thought it was pretty cool and decided to take a picture of it. The river's awesome though. This water's just beautiful. Look at that green grass alongside that river bank. Pretty awesome place. If you've never been, I suggest you at least go once. And our first waterfall. Pretty neat. See all these dead trees around it? So pine beetles are all over Yellowstone. They get into the bark. I don't know if they eat the bark and the tree, but it kills the tree and the tree finally falls over dead. And Yellowstone National Park they don't do anything. The only thing they will do to change is if a tree falls over the roadway, they will remove it. But you're not allowed to take any rocks from there. You're not allowed to take any wood and make fires. There's dead wood dead trees everywhere. So it's just part of the natural ecosystem. They want it to stay the same. So that's what they do. So the pictures don't do this any justice. The noise from the waterfall is super, super intense. Couldn't tell you how many decibels. I'm just telling you, it's all inspiring. Just totally awesome. So the boys found this hill, decided they had to climb up it. Chase has finally made it. He's king of the mountain. Whoa, Stephen, be careful, don't fall down. Stephen made it to the bottom, safe and sound, in one piece. And this was a pretty interesting. I like the way these rolling hills look, and to see the moon up there in the middle of the day was a pretty neat picture. Look here, our first bear sighting. Pretty neat to see one. Everybody stopped and took pictures. Came upon this area, again, just nothing but buffalo everywhere. It's a pretty awesome sight. There's a lot of them. We've gone outside Yellowstone now, and we've stopped at this little campground and decided to stay the night. and this was the waterfall. This is the loudest, fastest rushing water I've ever been in. I don't know what river this was. This river flowed into the Yellowstone, so I'm standing there taking this picture on a rock, and behind me a couple hundred yards is the Yellowstone River. So all this water comes down, goes underneath the road, and these huge culverts. These culverts are 20 foot in diameter, and there's like 4 of them. And this water rushes through there and into the Yellowstone River. But this is one of the coolest things I'd ever stood next to. The power of the water coming down was just unbelievable. This is my favorite place in the world up to this point. So none of these RVs have any kind of stabilizers. So when you park them, there's nothing to keep this thing from bouncing around. So when you're all in your beds at night, if anybody barely blinks an eyelid, moves the slightest, it shakes the whole thing. I promise you. So before you rent these things, go by Harbor Freight, something like that, and jack this thing up on all four corners of the bumpers. Take some of the pressure off the tires. You'll thank me for that pro tip. All right, so we've gotten back to the ranch, and the day before we leave, we decided to go look and see if the elk and the deer are still out at that spot. And sure enough, this is an old road called Horse Creek Road, and yep, the deer are out there and the elk are out there, and there were still tons of them. They were far away from the road, so this is zoomed in as far as that camera would zoom at the time. So if they were out, then they like to come out right before dark. So sorry about the super blurry pictures. So, and here's the night before we leave, and it's about over 3/4 of a full moon. So moon looked particularly awesome that night. Took a picture, and now it's time to go home.
If you feel we've earned it, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.